Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm very pleased to have you here on our beautiful UTEP campus for our annual National Security Colloquium. I'm Dr. Larry Valero, and I am the director of the National Security Studies Institute, an intelligence community center for academic excellence. It is wonderful to see so many good colleagues, very familiar faces, here to participate in this event. We appreciate those who have come very long distances, in some cases as far as Europe, to join us for the next 2 days. I'm delighted to welcome new colleagues as well, and we cherish the opportunity to establish new professional relationships for education and research with you. The theme of this colloquium, the role of social and behavioral science research and intelligence, could not be more timely given the current public discussion on the place and value of intelligence in our society. Our intelligence education unit here at UTEP is grounded in the social and behavioral sciences, broadly defined, with anthropology, psychology, political science, public policy, and history, among others, being represented on our faculty. As yesterday's terror attack in London reminds us, the need to advance and promote the study of intelligence is paramount in terms of confronting the myriad of complex threats and challenges facing our nation, our allies, and the international community at large. Disciplinary contributions are essential to what is essentially a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary process at heart to provide viable and timely intelligence to aid in national security decision making. I would like to thank Dr. Stephen Colhart for his outstanding efforts organizing this colloquium. Steve is an excellent scholar and colleague. Our event this year would not be possible without the critical behind-the-scenes work of Carmen Medellin, our program coordinator. Many thanks to Carmen. I would also like to extend my appreciation to our Student Association, Students in Intelligence and National Security, for their co-sponsorship of this event, especially Seth Pyle, the president of SINS. Additionally, I'd like to thank Carrie Doyle, the director of the Rubin Center, and her staff for allowing us to hold our colloquium in this special venue, one of UTEP's great spaces. Usually this venue is reserved for events associated with the contemporary arts. Last but not least, I'd like to thank our president, Dr. Diana Natalicio, who is here with us this morning, for her support and leadership over the years. She has created an innovative, interdisciplinary environment on this campus that has allowed the National Security Institute to to grow and flourish. She has taken time every year out of her busy schedule to address this important forum. Please welcome Dr. Diana Natalicio, President of the University of Texas at El Paso.
Well, good morning, everyone. Buenos dias and welcome. We are delighted that you're here. It's always a great pleasure to welcome this group, and I thank you for participating. One of the things that pleases me very much with any conference that I am aware of occurring on the campus is when we bring together not only scholars and students, but also practitioners, and I understand that this conference does that extremely well, and I appreciate that because I think if there is one thing that we try very hard to do at UTEP is to be real. And so we are very much grounded in our community. 84% of our students come from El Paso County. We have 24,000 of those students, and most of them are Mexican American, reflecting the demographics of the region we serve. Another 1,100 of our students cross the border from Juarez every day. They're Mexican nationals, and so we are very much a reflection of this region. We've been here for more than 100 years. We celebrated our centennial a couple of years ago, and that means that we have been an asset to this region for quite a long time. We started as a mining school, and in fact, the building that we're in was originally constructed in 1928. It was a building that housed the assay labs for the mining engineering students to determine whether the ores that they were gathering were valuable or maybe not so much. And this building served as a science building for many, many years. And more recently, it was closed, it was not being used at all. And through the creative talents of people in the art department, it was converted into a really, really beautiful gallery. So I hope that you'll have an opportunity to go upstairs and see the galleries and what we've done with a very, very original campus building to bring it into today's UTEP and do it in a way that's quite authentic. I'd like to just say a couple of words about this institute and the great work that Larry Valero and his team have done to ensure that we're providing the kind of research that universities are expected to offer, as well as tremendous opportunities for young people in this region to pursue careers that are of great appeal to them, but also offer them an opportunity to use many of the assets that they bring to our campus. So because our students are mostly from this region, because most of them are bilingual and have lived in diverse settings, and most of them understand the relationship between countries because of their residence here, these careers, I think, enable them to capitalize on assets that are very, very important to all of us. We have developed a program at UTEP called the UTEP Edge, which helps our students understand just what they do bring to the table, because one of the characteristics of our students that I think has brought us considerable national attention is that most of them are very low income. This is a region that has been historically underserved by higher education, and in particular the Mexican American student population had very few opportunities to pursue the development of their talents. We've worked really hard to try to change that picture because we believe in our society we need all the talent that we can get to address the important issues that we face. And we think that the Mexican American population in this region has some, as I said, special contributions to make. We've gotten a lot of national recognition for our contribution to what people are referring to as social mobility role of public universities. We are a public university, we are a public research university, and we are located in a historically underserved region. What that means is that we have a responsibility to contribute to the opportunity set for people here. And that means all the people who are here. And so we've been ranked very, very high by the New York Times, and a lot of other organizations reported on this for the growth, the value added between the time a student enters UTEP, and nearly half of our students report a family income of $20,000 a year or less. So they start at one socioeconomic level, and within 1 degree accomplished, they move up to usually careers that are quite successful for them and then for everyone else in their families. So these careers in particular are a very, very important dimension of the work that we do, and the kind of work that you do benefits through the partnerships that we have with you. So I just want to thank you all for everything you do. There are many practitioners here who I know have worked closely with our program and with our students, and we want to thank you for all that you do to help create opportunities for them to grow and develop. These students are not only learning in their own environment, but they're having opportunities through the Center of Excellence to be able to travel the world and to get to know other cultures and to be able to contribute their perspectives to settings in many other places. So this program in some ways encapsulates the various roles that UTEP plays through research, through student development, through student success, and through addressing issues that are of importance to this region. And so I just wrap up by saying that as we look at our research agenda at UTEP, we always focus on three things. What are we good at? Where might there be funding to help support it? Because state funding, I'm in the middle of a legislative session, so it's much better to be here with you than in Austin these days. But the truth is that funding for research has to come because we're doing something relevant to somebody who wants to pay for it. So it's what are we good at? Where might there be funding? And then very important dimension of the research agenda here is what will benefit this region? Because we're kind of it in this region. We are a source of expertise that is unusual in this region, and we're very proud to do that. So this center really has helped us tremendously achieve our mission and goals, and we love when people come from other places to see what we're up to, because El Paso is not the kind of place that you just run across as you're traveling from one place to another. You have to really want to come here. And so we appreciate the fact that you really wanted to come here, and we thank those of you who did come. I know you're going to have a great conference because I know Stephen and others have done a great job to organize it. And I'm sure that everyone on our campus is going to extend our warmest El Paso and UTEP welcome to you. Thank you for coming.